Anybody got anything going good in their world they just can't wait to share with this group? Who's got something? Who's got some energy this Friday morning? Who wants that mic? I know we've got our esteemed colleagues in finance, Eric and Dan, with us today, or at least Eric I can see. Maybe Dan's on there. I just can't scroll through the list. And I know Eric was just jumping when I talked to him yesterday. He's got a couple of things to share with you guys. So I think we'll just go right into Finance Friday. Eric, what do you got for us? Don't tell me my audio sucks again.
We hear you.
You guys can't hear me?
Yes, we do.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can
You
hear you.
can't hear me. Okay. Hello? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Eric, can you hear me? Like, why can I not hear Eric? Ay, ay, ay. Let's try that. How about now? Eric? Somebody talk to me so I can see if my speakers are working.
I can hear you.
Holy moly. Thank you, Linda. I don't know what it is. Like, this has just been a mess for the past week. Everything was going good for about a month. And now every morning I start it up and either the speakers are off or the mic is off. No idea. Well, what I was trying to say is it is Finance Friday. We've made it to the end of the week. I'm excited to be with you guys. I know I was talking to Eric yesterday, and he was just so excited to share a couple of things that are happening in the finance world. So I think I will turn it over to Eric and kind of let him have the mic. What do you got, man? All right. Can you guys hear him?
No, we don't hear
No.
Eric.
No, we
All
don't
right.
hear Eric.
All right. What is going on? Looks like he might be trying to restart. Well, let's switch gears. Who else is having themselves a fantastic Friday? Maybe somebody's got something going on, a deal they want to share while we fill some airtime. Well, we are dragging into Friday. Lauren, what do you got?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lauren.
Okay, I was gonna say I can always sometimes. I was actually on Facebook yesterday, and I saw a post in one of the community groups about somebody who is working with a realtor who they think is very nice, but they are feeling exhausted at this point, right? They are doing all the work they feel, every property that they see, they have sent to that agent and had to get set up. Slow response time. Oftentimes, when she gets back to them, it's been under agreement because it's been, more than a day when they hear back. And then I go into the comment section because I'm obviously intrigued by everybody's opinions there. You get your typical list of 100 people use this person, use that person. But one comment said, we had that same experience. We were with somebody for a couple of months and we just thought that's how it was. We then moved to another agent who was always responsive, reaching out to us every day, suggesting we go see things, see if there's anything on top of their suggestions we wanted to go see, asked a lot of questions, and then after months of looking, had a property within like 3 weeks, I think it said. And I just don't know that we've touched upon proactive versus reactive agents in a little bit of time. And so to see that being a topic of communication in the community, I thought it was important to talk about it amongst us.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, does anybody have some initial thoughts on this. I've got a lot of thoughts, but I want to open it up to you guys first. And if you don't know what we mean by reactive versus proactive, I've kind of always taught our agents when you're coming on board here that those are the two types. There is the set it and forget it. So talk to a buyer, you get their search criteria, you don't really understand their timelines, their whys, you didn't do a buyer's presentation, you didn't help them write like a test offer, you didn't walk them through the process, you just literally got their search criteria, you threw it into MLS, you set them up on searches, and you say, hey, if you see anything you like, give me a call, right? If you see something on Zillow, let me know. So that's your reactive agent versus your proactive agent is out, showing properties. If you don't have clients, you're out just looking at properties, right? Trying to figure out ways to get in front of clients. You are going to host open houses for other people, right? You are going to get on a team so you can get some leads, or you're going to buy some leads yourself, or you're going to start marketing on social, but you've got to be in action all the time. So that is the proactive, trying to make stuff happen agent. And it's, in my mind, the only agent that makes it. The rest of the agents will struggle forever and wonder, why they're struggling forever. So who's got some thoughts kind of around this? Maybe you've gotten into a funk of just not checking every day, not reaching out, or maybe it's a mindset thing that we should be talking about. I mean, how many, raise your hand, show of hands, give me a thumbs up. You do an hour of power every single day. Hour of power meaning I get on the phones, I reach out to Sphere, I reach out to past clients, I reach out to current clients. Every day it's booked in your calendar. This is how I run my business. Okay. Anybody want to take the mic? Is anybody doing more than an hour of power?
Steve, I just want to see if maybe now you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So I'll let you guys
Yep.
finish this up.
Yeah,
At
we'll
least I got
finish this
everything
up.
working.
Yeah. You're on
really
mute,
thought there was-
Eric. You're on mute. I'm just kidding. So nobody doing more than an hour of power. So this is either you guys are not doing it, or you're scared to raise your hand, or whatever. But I don't know everybody's business that's on the call. But my guess is most of you guys do not have 5, 6, 7 pendings. Right. Does anybody on the call have 5 or 6 pendings right now? So in my mind, if I don't have the amount of business that I want to have, and I'm not saying everybody wants 5 or 6 pendings at a time, but I know some of you would love to have that. If I don't have that, the only thing that I would be focused on is prospecting. So an hour a day turns into 4.5 hours a day. And if you're not winning, you've just got yourself to look at. It's not the market, it's you. I was listening to a podcast this morning from my guy Huberman, who I am just stuck on for my cardio right now, interviewing I forget the guy's name, but he's the focal point for the Bobby Fischer chess prodigy. He's the actual person that they wrote that about. And so highly intelligent guy who is really into learning. I don't know. I think he has some sort of a learning program or foundation where he works with, I think, MIT to just kind of study learning and how we learn. And I think we know that we go in these peaks of energy. And kind of what the data is showing right now is you've got about 4.5 hours of your day, if you're going to say you got an 8-hour day, that you could put the pedal to the metal. Like, you can't work for 8 hours straight. And, most likely this should be chunked into 90-minute time blocks. That's about as long as you're going to be able to just go. Right? And so that's why I used specifically this morning 4.5 hours, because in my mind, it would be 3 90-minute sessions of trying to have conversations. I think one of the best things that Sharon had jammed into my head is that all the conversion happens in conversations. So the only thing that's holding most of you guys back Right? I think most people here can have a decent conversation. Maybe some of you guys need more time on our Tuesdays script and role play, because even if you had the 4.5 hours, you wouldn't say the right things. But that's it. And I know from talking to our leaders, agents are frustrated. I'm not making enough money. How many dials did they make? 10. Is that today? No, that was this month. 10 dials. How many texts did they send? 30. Today? No, this month. 30 text messages. I mean, 10 calls and 30 text messages is one 90-minute session. So action is what is going to fix this stuff. And it's getting extremely frustrated because I know we have agents that are winning when most agents are complaining that it's the market. So this proactive reactive thing, I don't know what it is. I just feel like most agents fall into this reactive or are like, I'm afraid to reach out to people. Well, I've called them before. Okay. Do you know their why? Do you know their timeline? We're looking at the notes. There's no notes. We don't know anything. You've never been belly to belly. I think we've got to just push a lot harder. I don't know. I'm going to take up the entire call with this because this gets me extremely frustrated because I feel like we've just fallen into a lull. Our team, the agents in general, and let's just complain about everything around us. Let's complain about the interest rates. Let's complain about the market. Let's complain about the competition. Let's complain about the change in the government. Let's complain about the tariffs. People are doing deals. Deals are still happening.
Can I add one more thing to this? So yesterday on one of our trainings, I have a group of, I think there was like 15 agents, all in the business 6 months or under. One thing we did reflect on was this activity within our system where we can track those calls, appointments, conversations, all of that. I had the top 3 on there and asked them, what do you have pending, right? Pending or closed, you started, and when did you start? Those top 3 were all, 3 and above total transactions. 2 of them started in February, so 2 months ago, right? And everybody in this group has the same opportunities. People who have been here like the 6 months have had more of the opportunities than these people who came in 2 months ago. But they're way down at the bottom on the activity list, right? So I think seeing that, I was hoping white agents actually doing it is getting results rather than all these excuses.
It just becomes so easy to fill your time with social media and check my email and this podcast and that thing, and instead of doing the thing is calls, texts, and emails. If you don't like to do calls, texts, and emails, you should get out of this business. I'm dead serious. Like, that is the business, is calls, texts, and emails consistently forever and ever. It never changes. It never gets to the point where your phone just lights up every day and people want to do business with you. Eric, how long you been in business?
21 years.
21 years. You've done a few loans over the years, I would say.
Just a couple.
Couple. Okay. I mean, do you still have to do reach out? Do you still have to take activity, or does your phone just ring so much that you have just made it? I am the loan officer of the gods.
No, I mean, it's no different than coming on here every Friday to get in front of people. And then we do networking events, and we're reaching out to leads. If a realtor shares them with us, we're calling them every day. We're using AI to help us. We're sending texts. We're doing everything we can to procure that client. It's a nonstop grind. It can get overwhelming. I get it, because I've been doing it so long, and I've also had a lot of people under me and trained them. It can get overwhelming. It can feel like, oh my God, all I do is grind. But at the same token, there's a lot worse jobs out there that require a lot more strenuous work or a lot more college to make the money that we all have the opportunity to make. And I think that's the one thing you always got to keep in sight is, the money that can be made in this, maybe you haven't made it yet because you haven't done the grind, you haven't done the calls, you haven't done the emails, you haven't done the text, you haven't done the networking. But the amount of money everybody in this business has the opportunity to make, there's almost no other business without a lot of college or a lot of, work or building up or building a business for 10, 15 years that you're going to have this opportunity.
Yeah. Like, if you don't have business and you didn't put in 3 90-minute sessions yesterday, you don't have anybody else to blame but you. Like, if that, period, end of story. If you don't have people to call, you need to get involved with an organization that has leads. Right? So if you're on this and you're not on a team and you're just like, I don't know, I don't have anybody to call. Hey, I've called everybody in my sphere, then join a team. Right? If you're a seasoned veteran and you've had hundreds of past sales and you haven't talked to your sphere, call your sphere, call your family members. But you've got to be calling somebody, because in the good times, you've still got to be active, right? And these aren't the good times right now. So you got to be extra active. And I'm trying to be very clear. I don't think this is ever going away. And I think some people get into this thinking like it's going to change, or, after, a year or two, maybe I'm like, this is the business. You talk to any, successful agent, loan officer, 20 years in the business, still gets up, still has to grind. The beauty is the money can be good and you can make your own schedule. I think where a lot of people struggle is the make your own schedule part. So when I look at your calendar, this is a Tom Ferry thing, like, where's your prospecting time? Is it in the calendar? If it's not in the calendar, it doesn't exist. It's not going to happen. You're not going to have any success. Nothing's going to change tomorrow. My favorite is, I'll change brokerages. That will fix everything. I'll change brokerages. This brokerage said that I'll be just like their top producers. You'll change the logo on your card. You'll get set back 3 to 6 months while you make the transition, and nothing's going to change. You're still not going to make the calls. Like, I just want people to really understand, because this is a critical time. If you're not going to do it for at least an hour a day, every day, and if you're don't have your business right where you want it 3 to 4 hours a day, you got to find another business. Anybody just have questions or thoughts, or like, hey, I'm struggling with this, Steve. Hey, I totally get it, but what can I do to X? I don't know. Instead of just a rant, like just some things that can maybe fix the problem.
I think like you said, Steve, it's something that doesn't change no matter how long you've been doing it. It's almost like you got to kind of embrace the grind, like get into the fray and start making the calls and reaching out, because you never know when you connect on that next call that you're going to be able to make $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 because you made a phone call. So it's like, it's like fishing. You go fishing, you're not going to catch something every time, but you go out there and you hope you're going to catch that big fish. And eventually, if you fish for long enough, you do. So, like Eric said, there's nothing else like this business where you can do this. I've been basically doing phone sales since I was like 22 years old. I started out doing like commodities futures trading, calling up people to invest there. So that was tough. And then after that, I got into mortgage refis, and I was like, oh God, this is easy compared to where I'd come from. But you gotta, it's all the same. And like you said, it's never changes. It never will. AI is great to a certain point, but it still takes the salesperson, the loan officer, the real estate agent to make the calls, get on the phone with these people, make the connections, and ask for the business.
I get a couple of more thoughts on this. The other thing is, if you're not willing to do this, you're not going to do deals at a high level. And if you're not going to do deals at a high level, right, unless you've got 50 to 100 deals under your belt, okay, you're a real seasoned pro. Okay. But if you're just starting off and you're going to do a couple of deals a year, you're most likely, whoever you do those deals for, you're going to do them a disservice. You're part-time, you're half-assing it, and you're helping somebody with their biggest investment. Don't do that. Hey, I was a grinder. I've got the 100 deals under my belt, and now I just want to do a few deals a year, but I know my shit. Okay, that kind of part-time agent I'm good with. Or, you know what? I haven't done any deals, but I am in it and I will get the answers and I will make sure I do this every day. I train every day, right? And I can help you. But if you're not that person, don't tell people you can go help them buy their dream home. Right? Like, go find another industry that you are passionate about. And there's got to be something. I just think this one, it requires a level of dedication, and we've got too many pretenders in this business. And they might get their deal or two and make a good chunk of change every time, but that client didn't get top level service, and that frustrates the heck out of me. The other thing, and I don't think we've talked about this, I saw a post the other day that said something to the effect of, I'll butcher it a little bit, something to the effect of being healthy is hard, being unhealthy is hard. Being wealthy is hard. Being poor is hard. Being married is hard. Being divorced is hard. And we can go on and on. The point is, pick your hard. Just pick your hards. And that's how you get to design your life. But there's no easy for any of it. For your health, for your business, for your wealth, for your relationships. It's hard either direction. But there's all these little micro decisions we're making every single day. It's either going to be hard now or it's going to be hard later. And we are definitely like in a mode where let's delay the hard. I'll do the hard later. I'll take the easy road now.
Another thing too about, making the calls, like I said, kind of maybe trying to embrace it and everything. If you're newer or you're maybe not so comfortable doing that, you guys have a great team support system there. And, sometimes it helps where like, if you can't dedicate to sit down and make those calls yourself from your home office or whatever, go into your team office location, go into the corporate, sit down with everybody else, kind of get like on the sales floor, because that buzz, like it helps the whole atmosphere, that the energy of it, especially if you're newer to it, hearing other people having the same conversations next to you and just kind of learning by osmosis rather than trying to learn and figure it all out on your own.
I mean, the reality is it's April, guys. Like for most of us, this is the go time. And I feel like some people haven't even gotten the engine started. I see a couple of hands up. Linda, yours is first. I don't know if that's lagging or I've just missed it.
No, I am. I have been having a significantly hard time since going independent, switching from Rovi to Rio. When I was at Rovi, I had my 2.5 hours of power every single morning without fail. And we were in Follow-Up Boss, and Follow-Up Boss was really built out with a lot of great content and a lot of great information so when I made my phone call and then I followed up with my text or email, I had a great system as I was touching people and being able then to progressively send them specific information, and so I was adding value when I was reaching out to contact them. We're now using a system called Lofty, which is similar in its format to Follow-Up Boss, but it isn't enriched with all of these pieces of content. So when I'm getting ready to call somebody who I haven't been able to connect with for the third or fourth time, I'm at a loss for what to say to this person who isn't connecting with me. I have nothing new to say to them to try to get them to want to engage with me. And it's becoming a problem. And I've noticed that I'm much more hesitant to make my phone calls because I don't know at this point what to say to the person. And I don't just want to be a pest. So I am struggling, and I would love and I am not a techie person, so I don't know how to build out the CRM to be able to send pieces of content. Do you know what I mean? Like that's not what I know how to do. And so I'm sort of like in a frozen moment that's really uncomfortable because I do want to be making the phone calls, but I don't want to just infuriate people rather than try to get them to want to engage with me, if that makes sense.
It totally makes sense, and this is a great topic where it's like when we're trying to bring agents onto the team, and I do have a solution. It's not going to be the best solution, but I will get to the solution, Linda, that I think that you can go and implement. But we've been building out that system for a decade. 10 years of blood, sweat, and tears of this works and that works and change this and change that. And so when I talk to agents about like, oh, we're going to, I've bought online leads before and they're garbage. I've done Zillow leads before and they're terrible. It's because of the systems and the process that you had and your follow-up strategies, right? Like how do we have an agent do 30 transactions in their first 12 months in the business? It's systems and process. We bring the systems, process, and opportunity, and the agent is going to bring the effort, right? So, that is part of joining a team. That is the benefit of doing it. That's why the splits are lower, because the team has put in all the legwork. The leadership, has the coaching, has the training, and has all of that stuff, right? And so it always amazes me when we talk to an agent that's, well, I don't want to work for that split, but you did 2 transactions last year. Right? Like you need to be doing 50 to 100 transactions before you should even think about, going off on your own. So there's a lot of benefits to joining the team. But Linda, in your case, right, you've got all of the experience, right? You've got I don't even know, more than hundreds of transactions under your belt, right? So it's not the experience that you need from the team. You need more of the tech, because that's where the industry is going. So I do know for a fact, one of the things that's made it even easier for us now in Follow Up Boss is the AI integration. So now we have the text templates that our team has we actually hired a specialist to generate all those text templates for us. But now when you go into a lead, we have the ability to just generate an AI text. So it looks at the history, all the background notes, all the activity that client has taken, right? And then gives us a good text to send up. My understanding is that Lofty has something similar. So so my first question is, have you explored their AI? It might be an upgraded cost, but it'll probably be minimal.
No, I haven't, but that's wonderful to know that that's a possibility or an option.
Yep. So why don't you take a look at that, and hopefully because one of the best things about AI, it's not going to get everything right, but it's a great place to start. Right. So even if you don't like the initial message that it generates, it just gives you something, in the more notes that you put into the system and the more activity that you have on a client, obviously, the better off you are.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep. So take a peek at that, and I would love to, have you report back. Angela, your hand was up. I know we're up against it, but it's Friday and I'm fired up. So what do you got?
Yeah, no problem. So I don't know if she's on this call or not, but just speaking of making calls and, setting aside your time and putting it in your calendar and really doing the work, I really have to give a shout out to a brand new agent who just joined our team maybe 3 weeks ago. And Alex and I did our, kind of weekly follow up with her. And this girl, man, she's making her calls every day. She's asking questions every day. She's on the trainings. So we did our meetup with her, and she says, Angela, I got through all my leads that was given. She's like, I kind of want to take things in my own hands as well. She door knocked her own neighborhood. She door knocked almost 60 homes. Now, I know door knocking isn't for everyone. I don't know if I would do it, but just props to this brand new agent who's so hungry for business. She's trying everything she can to get some stuff going in her direction.
Yeah, I love it. And I would agree with you, right? Door knocking's not for everybody. Social media is not for everybody. Open house is not for everybody. Texting's not for everybody. Calls is not for everybody. But some way, somehow, you got to have conversations. That's the business. Right? So if you are a master of email and you feel like, hey, I'm just going to build an email list and people are going to respond to that, and I am a wordsmith, and maybe you can do it with emails. Right? If you are great on camera, you got to be sending video text. You got to be doing social media. If you're just better on the phone, then you got to be a calling person. If you're just quick and you like text and you can use text to get to the call, then do that. But figure out your actions. But please don't complain about the market or the interest rates or all that stuff. We're selling houses every single day. Some of them by agents that'll be the only transaction they'll do this year. And I've always had that in the back of my head is I am the best person for the job. I'm happy to take a client with the, I've already got an agent. We have proven this over and over. The buyer is already conditioned to just say that to get rid of you. You have not added enough value that I have an agent is just an easy way to shoo fly. Now, do some of those people really have an agent that they are committed to, that they signed a contract with, that they will, go to their grave and only buy a house through them? 100%. But I bet you 50% of those people that told you that, you just didn't add enough value. Come to Tuesdays, learn the scripts, learn what to say. Come to Thursdays, learn what text messages to follow up with, learn what properties to send, learn what other pieces of value that you can send, right? Like, this is the game. There is a ton of skills that are necessary. And it's a three-legged or three-sided triangle. There is the skills, there is the opportunities, you need people to talk to, and then there is the effort at the bottom, right? And so that's what a good team is going to do for you. They're going to build your skills, and they're going to give you opportunities. You just got to come with the effort. The other thing is, well, are all the agents on your team successful? We're talking to a new agent. No, they're not all successful. Like 1 out of 10 is successful, but not because of skills or opportunities. It's because they thought this business was the phone is just going to ring. I answer it. I show a house. I write an offer. I make $5,000. That's not the business. It's never been the business, and it sure as hell is not going to be the business going forward. It is a grind business. It is for workers and hustlers. That's who this business is for. So I hope today maybe was a wake-up call with Spring Market here for some of you. For others, I think most of us know this stuff. What are you going to do to go take action on these things? I highly recommend like one of these things. This is like a little timer that you can just set, and you can put a time on. Right? Can you just try a 30-minute session? No distractions, no social media, no phone, no other browsers opened. Can you go 30 minutes and go hard? And then can you dial it up to 45 minutes? Can you dial it up to 60 minutes, right? But focus time. Get the apps off your phone. I promise for most of you, I think that's probably the problem. Get those damn social media apps off your phone. Use them on your desktop. Somehow limit your email checking, and let's freaking win this 2025 year. I mean, this is a fucking awesome business. It really, truly is an awesome business. There is nothing better than finding the dream home, especially when it's a first-time home buyer. Nothing better. But it's hard work, man. It is not for lazy people. It is not for people that don't have a passion to help people, because you are going to search for 6 months and then they're going to tell you, you know what, we're just going to rent. It's going to happen to the best agents. So I love this group. I am so passionate about this industry. I hope that you guys go and maybe even today, to start today. Don't freaking start tomorrow. I'll start on May 1st. Start today. 30 minutes. Hard. Have somebody hang up on you. Have 10 people hang up on you. But you're going to get that yes, and god dang it, that yes feels so good. So good. The dopamine hit that you are going to get from that yes, and it just takes one yes. That's the beauty of it. One yes. Eric, I apologize, man. And Dan, I know we didn't get to, and you guys had some good Finance Friday stuff, but we'll do it next week. Hold your thoughts. Go crush your weekend, you guys. Have a great Friday, and let's come back with some energy on Monday. Please, I would love for somebody to come and just have their story teed up. Maybe something around prospecting. Hey, I tried this. You know, that nothing would make me more happy on Monday morning than somebody actually went and did something today, and you picked up a client that you're like, man, this person's going to work with me, and they're going to sell their house with me, and they're going to buy a house with me, and like that would just make my week. So let's skip the training. No trainings. Don't take any. This is what we should do moving forward. Don't take any goddamn trainings. No more trainings. Take action. Take action. 30-day plan to take action. You don't
I got it
need
all
another...
set up.
Oh, we got Eric.
Yep, sorry about that.
That's okay. I think that's what we should do. Let's do no trainings on this freaking call and end every call for the next, let's try and go at least a few weeks. We're not even going to talk about the trainings that are available. We're going to talk about this is how we're going to take action today. And let's make that the new mantra moving forward. Because I think most of you guys know what to do, right? And some of these trainings are great and we can dive deep and we can learn how to do a little bit better open house 100%. But if you're not going to do the mundane stuff every single day, all of this stuff doesn't matter anyway. So let's hold ourselves to it, to just take action every day. Instead of taking the training, we'll try and finish every call with that. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Go have a great weekend, and we'll do it again Monday. Take care.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.